Are you ready for
Yeah,
another
I was
minisode?
like, yeah,
Yeah. Well, this is 2 weeks later for everybody listening, but Katie and I actually record these as a batch. So
that's
this
why it was
next
so
animal
confusing, but too for
totally makes
me.
sense that we would be doing this animal next because it is combo of both the first two animals. My first animal lived on New Guinea. The second one was Katie's, and it was a tiny dragon. Well, guess what? I have a dragon from New Guinea.
Of course, of course.
So, because I also was like, a dragon.
Yeah.
So it's called the sailfin lizard, also known as the sailfin dragon. So you got to look it up because it's so cool looking. You
Oh,
can find them in the pet trade, but they're not common.
yes. No.
They look so cool. They're not cute dragon. They're more like
They were on
like
they were on Blue Planet or Planet Earth. One of them did
okay.
a thing on it. But continue.
So there's 3 species of sailfin dragon. I'm not going to go into them. They're very similar,
Okay.
but they all live in either Philippines, Indonesia, and New Guinea. So just that area of the
Cool.
world, Southeast Asia. They live in tropical and subtropical rainforests, forests, and woodlands, but always near water. So what do they look like for people who can't easily get to your phone to look this up? Picture an iguana, but with a thicker snout and some extra stuff. But they're very iguana-like lizards. Males are about a third larger than females, and these lizards are 2 to 4 feet long, depending on the species, and about 3 to 5 pounds. So like a medium-sized lizard. They're a combo of green, black, yellow, and brown coloring. Although,
It almost looks like too, if you guys know what a basilisk lizard is, the Jesus Christ lizard that they say,
yeah,
it like its facial features to me anyway. Now basilisks are really tiny, but it almost looks like that face too. That's what it reminds
right,
me of
which is
anyway.
another weird thing because basilisks are over in the new world. These are
Yeah,
over in the old
old
world. So
world.
again, some like weird convergent
Yeah,
evolution stuff.
weird.
Um, One really cool thing, I don't know if you can look up a picture, but during mating season, the head of the male and neck of the female of the Philippine species becomes violet. I'm talking like violet like my shirt, violet.
Oh yeah, I see it now. I see it now.
So just
Okay.
like bam, like you think
Yeah,
it was
that's
like some weird
crazy.
saturated photo, but it's actually their skin.
Or just like it got
Um,
into some paint or something. Like
yeah, just
that's
like it's
so
mating
blue.
season. Let's look fabulous. Like
Yeah, I'll say.
so females have a fringe of scales along their back, very much like an iguana. The males have what gives them their name, which are these giant sail fins, almost like a dinosaur,
Yeah.
or a dragon, depending on your preference. These guys are omnivores. They eat insects, invertebrates, fruits, vegetation, and fish. So what I wanted to talk about, though, like really focus on, are some of their weird or behavioral adaptations that make them pretty unique. Their genus is called Hydrosaurus, which just means water lizard. So,
Yep.
gives you a clue as to
Yeah.
what they like to do is be around the water. They're not aquatic. They're like half and half.
Okay.
They're super good swimmers and they're super adapted to an aquatic lifestyle, but they also spend a ton of time in the trees, so they're both arboreal and aquatic. Um,
Interesting.
they have their toes, their scales on their toes are flattened with little fringes all around the edges, kind of like a gecko, but instead of helping them be sticky, it allows them to run on top of the water when they're little, just like a basilisk.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
crazy.
yeah, but only when it's young. Once they get to be bigger, they're too heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
So they can't do
They would
that.
have
But
to pick up some mega speed to
mega speed.
cross the
Well, and usually what they do is you see them in a tree, then they see a predator and they jump off of the tree, land on the water, and just take off running,
Jeez.
which would be so cool to see.
It would
Um,
be, yeah.
when they're a grown up and they can't run on top of the water, but they do use those toes to paddle really fast because it's basically almost like giving them webbed feet.
Yeah.
Their sail fins also help give them an extra push in the water like a paddle, which seems a little unfair because obviously the males get a better boost about this than the females.
Right?
But both the males and females have fairly flat tails along with the sail fin. So like everything about it is
Yeah.
speed in the water.
Which is crazy
Um,
that it isn't considered an aquatic lizard. You know what I
right.
mean? Because
Because it's
so
really
much of
not
it.
chilling in the water. It's
Yeah.
only using the water for defense.
That's crazy.
Which is a
Yeah.
weird adaptation, right? It's not
Yeah.
relying on the trees, but I guess that must mean that the majority of its predators must be arboreal,
Yeah. You would think. Yeah. So it's just
right?
like, let's
So
get.
it's like I can't stay here.
Yeah.
Peace. Like
Right?
it
But
either had
then,
to develop flight or
yeah.
something with the water.
But again, then you would think that though it would then just
live in
moved
the
to be
water.
aquatic. Yeah, just moved to be
Yeah.
aquatic. It's so
I
bizarre.
guess it's like, listen, there's danger everywhere, guys.
Yeah.
They're just like really like always on edge.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Like, there's danger.
You're right.
Um, and they can hold their breath for 15 minutes.
That's
So they can
insane.
also like wait it out. The sail fins on their bodies not only help them to swim faster, but to a lesser extent, they also help with warming up. So it increases their surface area when they're basking. So
That
like,
makes sense.
got to
Yeah.
be warmer. If you're cold-blooded, you need a way to warm up, which is especially helpful if you've just yeeted yourself into the cold water.
Right.
So you're freezing. You got a quick warm up. The males also use their sail fins for territorial displays because of course they do.
Course.
That's why they're bigger.
Yeah.
And they're one of the few lizards that have a third eye on their head. So we know what we've heard tuataras do that and a
Yeah,
couple of
yeah.
other species, but they have this third eye known as a pineal organ. It's on top of their heads, and it's not like an eyeball eye. It's just an organ for sensing light. It's an unseeing eye. Scientists aren't totally sure of its function, but it's thought to help with biological rhythms, hormone production, and even homing, like location. And of the 3 species, only the Weber's sailfin lizard is vulnerable. Any of the other ones are pretty common. And
Okay.
like I said, they can be found in the pet trade, but not commonly, and they're considered a pretty difficult lizard to take care of.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if you're
because they
looking
get
for,
pretty
like,
big.
yeah, right.
I
Iguana
mean-
size is no joke. Like, that's
Yeah.
a big lizard to have in your house.
Yeah.
And the water element
Yeah.
makes them pretty, like, you need water too.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a water arboreal dragon species, check out the sailfin lizard.
Yeah. That was a really cool one. Like I said, I'd only seen like a quick video of it on some documentary, but I didn't know anything else about it. Again, it's just so weird the adaptations that it evolved with over time for water, where it doesn't spend the majority of its time.
It's a lot of climbing, but
Yeah, so
also
weird.
so ready for a swim.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, next week we are going to bring another long episode. Until then, make sure you go check us out on Patreon and support us if you can. Visit us on social media, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye, everybody.